At 3 in the morning, silence ruled the Crestview Tower penthouse. The city's lights glittered below like diamonds scattered across black velvet. Inside, marble floors gleamed, glass walls reached the sky, and expensive art lined the halls. But in the center of that wealth sat Amara Johnson, a 27-year-old black woman in a faded uniform. Her flashlight rested against a mop bucket, casting a pale glow over an open calculus book. Around her were neatly stacked rags and bottles. Her nights were complete. The penthouse smelled of lemon polish and arrogance. And then, "What the hell are you doing here?" The booming voice of Victor Langford, a 44-year-old real estate mogul, sliced through the night. He appeared at the top of the marble staircase in silk robes, glaring down like a king. "Catching a trespasser." Amara didn't flinch. She looked up, calm, the pen still in her hand. "Mr. Langford," she said softly, "I finished cleaning. I was just taking a moment to study before going home." Victor descended with slow, deliberate steps, each one echoing against the stone. His empire had been built on intimidation, and he enjoyed using it. "Study?" His laugh was sharp, cruel. "Do you know where you are? This isn't a library. It's a $40 million home. Mine. And I pay you to scrub floors, not pretend you're some college scholar." Amara closed the book gently, as if his insult hadn't touched her. She slid her battered $6 calculator into her bag. "With respect, sir," she replied evenly. "I've done my job. The penthouse is spotless, as always." Her composure unsettled him. For 6 months, she had been invisible, wiping his counters, polishing his glass, disappearing before he even noticed. But tonight she looked at him as though she knew something he didn't. He leaned closer, towering over her. "Listen carefully. People like you have a place in society, and it's not here. Don't pretend to be something you're not. It's pathetic." Amara's eyes flickered with something that made him step back unconsciously. Not defiance, not rage. Something colder. Certainty. "People like me," she repeated slowly, "have a way of surprising men like you." That was the moment Victor made the mistake that would unravel his life. To him, she was just a cleaner. To her, cleaning was camouflage. Amara Johnson had graduated summa cum laude in economics from Riverside State University. For 2 years, she had applied to every consulting firm, every financial office. Rejection. Letters piled up. Some hinted at cultural fit. Others didn't even bother with explanations. Her mother's health worsened. Her younger brothers, Devin and Isaiah, worked part-time jobs to help. Bills pressed in, so Amara shifted strategy. If the front doors of the financial world stayed locked, she would slip in through the back, literally. She studied the city's elite cleaning routes, which firms served the wealthiest clients, which homes offered the most access. And when she learned that Victor Langford, one of the most powerful, most arrogant developers in the city, needed a new cleaner, she applied the same day. For 6 months, she was invisible. But she wasn't idle. Every contract left on his desk, every careless phone call taken on speaker, every whispered deal over late-night brandy, Amara documented it. Land deals inflated by insider tips, kickbacks disguised as consulting fees. Bribes funneled through shell companies. Her old phone camera, scratched and unreliable, became the silent witness to an empire of fraud. That night, when she studied calculus in the open, it wasn't carelessness, it was bait. She knew Victor's Thursday routine, knew he'd come home early. She wanted him to see her. She wanted him to fire her. She needed a clean exit with no suspicion, and he did exactly as she expected. The next evening, Victor sipped a $300 whiskey at the Crescent Club, surrounded by men who mirrored his arrogance. "You won't believe what I caught my cleaner doing," he bragged, "studying calculus, in my living room, as if she could understand it." Laughter exploded around the table. "Calculus? A maid?" But not everyone laughed. At the far side of the room, a young waiter paused mid-pour. Malik Turner, a 25-year-old journalism student working nights to survive, had grown up in the same neighborhood as Amara. He knew the Langford name. Corruption rumors had haunted his community for years. He leaned closer, memorizing every word. The next day, Malik found Amara at the public library. She sat surrounded by stacks of files and a second-hand laptop. "Excuse me," he began carefully. "My name is Malik Turner. I overheard Mr. Langford at the club. I'm an investigative journalist. If you know something—" Amara's eyes narrowed, weighing him. Finally, she slid a folder across the table. Inside were contracts, text screenshots, photos of bank slips, 6 months of meticulous records. Malik's hands trembled. "My God, this isn't just Langford. This is half the city's elite. Amara's." Lips curved into that same enigmatic smile that had unsettled Victor. "And now you see why I studied quietly instead of shouting loudly." Together they formed a plan. Amara provided the evidence. Malik used his network, lawyers, and editorial contacts. Every document was verified, every lead chased down. Then fate handed them gold. A security camera in Langford's penthouse caught him, brandy glass in hand, offering bribes for insider information on a housing project meant for poor families. Malik stared at the footage. This is it. This takes him down. Monday morning broke with chaos. Victor awoke to 20 missed calls. His assistant panicked. "Sir, you're on the front page." His lawyer. "Federal investigators are opening a case." His banker. "Your accounts are frozen." He stumbled to the living room, grabbing the paper. His own face glared back from the headline. "Millionaire's empire built on bribes and fraud. Exclusive evidence revealed." Each accusation came with proof. Contracts, text messages, photos, and then the photo that made his blood run cold, him caught mid-bribe in his own penthouse. Below it, the caption, "Evidence provided by an anonymous insider with privileged access." His stomach dropped. 6 months of access. Amara. That afternoon, as reporters swarmed outside, the penthouse intercom buzzed. "Mr. Langford," a calm voice said, "it's Amara Johnson. I have something to return." 5 minutes later, she stood in his office. No uniform, no mop. A tailored blazer, a leather briefcase, and the same unshakable eyes. She set a copy of the newspaper on his desk. "I thought you'd want a keepsake," she said. Victor's voice cracked. You did this." "No," she answered. "You did this. I just recorded it." "Why?" he whispered. Her voice was steady, almost gentle. "Because men like you build fortunes by crushing families like mine. Because you believe your money makes you untouchable. And because you underestimated me." His phone buzzed again. His lawyer, urging him to surrender before an arrest warrant, arrived. Victor Langford, who once laughed at a cleaner with a calculus book, finally realized that his empire had been dismantled by the very woman he dismissed as invisible. 6 months later, Victor Langford sat in a federal prison cell, orange jumpsuit clashing against gray walls. 18 years for racketeering and fraud. The Crescent Club revoked his membership. His partners abandoned him. His empire was auctioned, off piece by piece. Meanwhile, Amara Johnson's life transformed. She began her first day as a senior analyst at one of the city's top firms, her panoramic office higher than the penthouse she once cleaned. Her mother, finally free from endless hospital shifts, tended a garden at their new home. Devin returned to college on scholarship. Isaiah began law school, inspired by his sister's fight. At Riverside State, Amara gave a lecture to 500 students. When he told me, "People like you have a place in society," he was right. Our place is wherever we decide to build it, not where prejudice tries to confine us. A student asked, "How did you stay calm for 6 months?" Amara smiled, the same quiet smile that had haunted Victor. "Because anger without strategy is just noise, but anger with planning, That's justice.